I just watched Woman in the Window, and now I'm looking forlornly out the window, wondering who decided to end the movie that way. Hey, folks. Folks. Hey, folks. Hey, folks. Hey, folks. Hey, dudes. I just got stun locked. Hey, everyone, what's up? I've watched Netflix's Woman in the Window. I'm a couple days late, but it's still number one on their top 10. And so I thought I'd talk about it, and I'm gonna review it, but also I want to spend some time talking about the ending. The ending is perhaps one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a movie in some time, in probably the last decade. So Amy Adams plays this psychologist who's afraid to go outside, and she's separated from her family, and she's also abusing alcohol while she's trying to take medication to get over the agoraphobia and to go outside again. And she's got a therapist coming in. She's stuck in this house by herself with Wyatt Russell playing the downstairs tenant who lives in the basement. But this movie also has Gary Oldman, Anthony Mackie, Brian Tyree Henry, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Jason Leigh. It's like Netflix said, hey, let's cash in all these great actors and actresses into this one movie. For a while, the movie is good because it's like an homage to Hitchcock and Rear Window, and so it's a lot of that, and it's not, it's not breaking the bank with like any new tricks on an old theme, old genre, but Amy Adams is carrying the movie for a very long time. It's directed by Joe Wright, who has done like Atonement and Hannah, which are really great movies. But this, I would say, is a great movie for about an hour and 10 minutes. And the last 30 minutes of the movie is like, just kidding. You thought you had a psychological slash overcoming grief and sadness and depression story, but instead, what you get is a twist that was wholly unnecessary, wholly stupid. Probably, I'm saying it right now, it's stupid, and it ruins all of the goodwill that the movie has built up to that moment. We find out that the family that has moved in next door, their son is actually like a serial killer or just like a murderer, just a crazy dude, and he wants to kill Amy Adams' character. And Gary Oldman plays a dad who's abusive to the son, and the son is like weird. And they try to give you like hints, and they give you red herrings as Gary Oldman being the bad guy, but it's actually the son, Ethan, and they give you hints of that he's weird, but like also, just prior to that, we realize that Amy Adams has been living in like the psychosis mania state because of mixing the drugs with the alcohol, and she's like overcoming the grief of losing her husband and her kid in a car crash, and she has cheated on Anthony Mackie, who plays her husband. She has cheated previously, and that's all we know before the crash happens. And so the whole movie is dealing with the grief and loss of her family, and understandably is finding whatever way to cope with it. And she's decided substance abuse and alcohol abuse is the way, even though that's not the answer. That's what the movie tells you at the end, is like that's not the answer. They build up this goodwill, and the cinematography's great and the editing's great for that first hour and 10 minutes for sure. And Wyatt Russell plays a good, another red herring as David Winter, the neighbor downstairs. So there's a lot of red herrings, a lot of trying to solve things, but you are through the eyes of an unreliable narrator in Amy Adams' character. But man, that ending is just so much of a letdown that I just was watching the movie. I was like, okay, this is clearly a good movie. Why are people hating this? And then the last 30 minutes happen, and you've got this character who you've barely seen and don't really care for and wasn't really needed in the movie at all, somehow becomes the main bad guy slash serial killer thing. And it was just, just the worst. It was just the worst twist that could have ever happened, and it ruined a good movie. It ruined a good movie. It really did. With like the denouement and the everything after the climax. They try to wrap everything up, but by then you're just like, okay, come on, whatever. That's not what I wanted. It's like whoever wrote the script was like, we've finished Amy Adams' story here, but now we just gotta add a nice little fun little ending to this. We gotta just sprinkle in a little danger. I don't know, just the neighbor's son being a weird killer dude who has like weird motivations, and he's like somehow got away with killing his own mother. I don't know. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. I hate it. It's the worst ending I've seen in a decade. And oh my God. If I had to rate it, I'd give it 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. It is bad. It is the worst ending I've seen in a while, and it ruined a good movie, and I'm mad about it.
Un esercito di